Good morning. So, I want to talk about creating your reality. And I know this has been chewed on from all the different directions. Um, but the most important work that you can do is your own inner work. And it's not really even work, it's more of release, it's more letting go, it's more allowing yourself to go inward to that quiet place. And from in that quiet place, your external world is created. When you are able to quiet yourself and go deep, deep, deep within yourself, you could see yourself as a layered being within. So when you go deep into meditation, you start going through these external layers of the physical world, the ego world, and you get to your core. So you bypass judgment, you bypass duality, you bypass pain, there's all these layers from which the external world play out on. It's like living in the crust of your being, and you go inward, inward, inward to this quiet place, and all of the answers and all of creation come forth from that place. So all of the work, the internal work that we have to do is to find that quiet place from within us. And once we enter into that quiet place, everything in the external world, it's like you can stop time or warp time from in that place. And everything in the external world is a natural outcome of wherever you are within your internal world, regardless of what is going on around you. So you are able to create this world of pure bliss and pure quiet, regardless of whatever is going on around you. It's like stopping the noise from the external world. And when you are in creation from this place, you are in control of your emotion, your perception. You're in control also of matter. You become in control of, or working with, more like working with the divine, working with cause and effect, because you have bypassed that illusion of separateness from it, and resistance of it. Resistance. We're resisting the cause and effect. We're resisting things that we are getting attached to outcome. We're getting attached to the past. We're getting attached to things, to our own ideas and our own beliefs of how things should be. The attachment to external is actually the attachment to our belief system, the attachment to the way that we believe that things should be. So when we are able to go into this very, very quiet place from within and solve ourselves from within and find that quiet from within, our external world will naturally respond to that. So instead of trying to make things happen in the external world, when we are able to do the internal work, which is letting go and coming into our natural selves, our higher selves, our selves that are connected to everything, we bypass that duality, that any kind of of beliefs of lack, any kind of pain is bypassed. So this connects back to previous videos that I've done about having to go through the pain. So you go through the level of pain, or the layer of pain. And when you're able to bypass that, then you're able to see things very clear. You're not afraid of of hitting against that wall of pain anymore, because you're already acting and behaving from a place that is beyond or deeper or past that level, to where it's like you could see if the world has this ozone layer, and when rockets go through it, they have to burn through that surface, and most of the preparation is creating a tough enough ship that can go through that ozone layer within the extreme heat, and withstand that. And once it withstands that, it gets into this place of just suspension. And if you're tough enough to go through that layer of your emotions, of not being afraid anymore, you can come to that place of suspension. And then that outer shell is, you still have it. So you know that you are protected, but you know that if you have a tough enough shell or you're tough enough to go through all of the levels of yourself, you can withstand anything, because we are made up of everything that is in your surroundings. We are one individual makeup, one individual example of what can be made from everything that is around us, all of the minerals and yeah, emotions, energy of the universe. So once we are able to fully embrace our own selves and 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 experience ourselves to the extent of ourselves, then we have mastered this plane of existence, because we are everything that is in this plane of existence as well. And so once we can fully embrace and hold ourselves up and empower ourselves and understand our greatness and understand our divinity, and fully know the all aspects of self, and all behaviors on the spectrum, and understand our power, we understand the power of the universe. So when we are in fear, we are in those outer layers, those layers of lack. If I don't do, then I'm not going to have. If I have to make things happen, it's the illusion of separateness. I am the one that is going to, it's me, 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 me. Even if it's me being a martyr, that's still something that I am getting in return. I'm martyring because I have this belief that I will be accepted, that I will be, that the world will accept me, that I am doing good. It serves me in a way, right? So that, not that there's something, martyry. It depends on where it is coming from, just like everything else. So when you come into that place of balance, you find a place that is, I saw a question this week. What's more important, receiving or giving? Giving or receiving? And when you look at this from a place without judgment, and you look at this as a place of natural cause and effect, they are even. It's just like black and white. One cannot exist without the other. So just as I give, I am worthy to receive. And it's like equilibrium. You become equilibrium, and there is no attachment to the emotion of either or. You just see the perfect. There's a perfect balance of receiving and giving. And once you can find that perfect balance, and that balance is within us, it's knowing that we are worthy and also standing up in our responsibility. Because knowing that we are worthy is knowing that, first of all, we have value. So we are worthy to receive from the universe, but we also have responsibility. If we are worthy, then we also have gifts to give to the world. So we are also standing up in that responsibility, knowing our worthiness, knowing that we have value, and knowing that whatever we bring adds value. So it's finding that balance between the two. It also it's all part of that going inward and knowing what you're worth, and knowing that you're divine, and knowing that you're connected, and bypassing all of the external world duality reasoning, bypassing that fear of lack, the fear of, and it's all, fear is lack. It is in essence lack, because fear is 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 not knowing that I'm worthy, not thinking that there won't be, if I don't fight to get, then there won't be, that there isn't enough in the world for me. I am not worthy, therefore I have to go and get. The world won't, I won't receive just by being me. And this is very popular in society because it keeps society in control, and it is also very popular in consumerism, which now many societies are, their fuel is consumerism, because without consumerism there isn't what to feed the system. And so this is a cycle that was created. And it's like a large consensus. You could see it as an archetypal creation that was created to serve society, but is actually stealing life away from society and keeping humanity in that misconception that there is lack in the world. Um, and to when you have outside circumstances that are reinforcing that lack, because you see, because in your existence you are experiencing lack, and not only are you experiencing lack, you are being fed lack. If you don't get this, then you aren't worthy, or you have to buy this, otherwise this might happen, or eh, you can understand. So when you are able to go through yourself, into yourself, that is the most important work. It will reflect outward in it has to, it is a byproduct of finding your own quiet inside. Your out external experience is a byproduct of whatever is going on inside. So what you have most control of, if you're trying to control everything outside of you, it is a big task. And not only is it a big task, you're working blind, because you are working from a place of that lack, from a place of, I have to control things, I have to make things happen, the illusion that I am separate. And then you also have fear, because you are disconnected from the universal all, from God, from your inner knowing that you are divine and worthy, because you are in that external layer trying to make things happen from there. And there's so much that you have to manage so much that you have to hold on to, so many worries, so much going on. So it's vast. Whereas within, you have complete control. Within, when you go within and you work from that place of quiet within, everything in the external world becomes very, very accurate and fine and attuned perfectly to you, because what isn't relevant, you're not trying to hold on to. And what is relevant will show up in your life. It's just like saying, and you will be attuned to recognizing it because you are in that quiet place. You can see a much broader picture in the external world. The noise isn't flipping you all over the place because, oh no, it's all coming at me at once. When you're in that quiet place, you you feel that security in the world that you are worthy, and then you are able to see all of the noise in the world, and it is not only what is relevant to you. You can like pick out with tweezers, and then all the external noise is not relevant to you, and either it falls away from your existence or it is irrelevant to you and you're not emotionally attached to it. So it's not flipping you all over the place in your external existence. So the work is going inward and inward and inward and bypassing all of these layers of conception, all of these layers of emotion, all of these layers of thought. And in order to bypass them, you have to go through them. So you have to know every single aspect of yourself. You have to know the spectrum of your emotions in their fullest. That means that you have to know the extremities of fear. You have to know the extremities of pain. You have to know the extremities of feeling lost and disconnected and the illusion. In order to know yourself and completely embrace the entire being that you are, you have to completely know yourself. Otherwise, you can never completely take reign over your avatar. You must know it to the extremes. And when I talk about pain, I talk about pain quite a bit because there's so much pain that we go through during the spiritual awakening. But when you open up the extremities of pain, because pain is what we fear to go through that pain. And that is what we're pushing against. But we don't realize that when we're pushing against the pain, we're also pushing against the heights, because the valleys are dependent on the mountains. The depths of the valleys are a direct reflection of the height of the mountains. So the deeper you can go into that pain and immerse yourself and feel, it is a portal. You go through the other side. So the fear of not going through the pain should be the fear that, because once you go through the pain, it sets you free. You're free. You're free to experience life because you're not afraid anymore of something that is going to hurt you. You don't have that fear anymore. And once you go through the extremities of yourself, there are aspects of life that just fall away. Like, what do people think of me? Oh, that person is going to think this of me, or I'm going to be I'm not going to be accepted. And when you go through the depths of yourself to the fullness of them, other people's opinions fall away. It falls away. You come into this place where you just want to experience life. And you also understand that anybody that is judging first of all, nobody has any kind of base on which to judge you. Because if they're judging me on based on their perception and their own weaknesses. Anybody that has to judge somebody outside of them and is not sitting in that place of compassion has not yet gone through themselves. So their opinion of me is ridiculously unimportant. It is completely irrelevant to me and my life experience. So that is one of those things that you just bypass, and it automatically just falls off your plate as unimportant and irrelevant. And so these are like the little things that fear of what people think of me, or how I look to the world. those things, when you get to the vastness of self and the vastness of all, because the entire universe is within you. When you solve yourself, you have solved the external world. When you manage to get into those places, all of the unimportant things and all of the illusion fall away. And that is part of the illusion. What do people think of me? Who cares what people think? It doesn't, it's irrelevant to my life experience. They are judging according to their own internal, they're receiving reflections of themselves and places that either they have not yet done the work or that they cannot understand, and according to their blueprint and how they were raised and their own traumas and how they perceive the world and their belief system of how things should be, and their own cause and their own internal um, um, output that they're receiving from the world. It is irrelevant to my life and to my life story and to what I am going through and how I perceive things. So it's nice. It's nice to to receive um, feedback, and it's nice when people can appreciate your journey, and because then you feel like that others can see the greatness of what you are doing within yourself, and you get that um, feedback. It's nice. We're human, but it doesn't determine who I am, and it doesn't affect my life path in any way, unless the reflection that I'm getting, I find truth in it within myself, and then it allows me to do some inner work. But it is completely relevant only to me. That means that it is only relevant where it is relevant. It What they think of me does not determine who I am in any way at all. And so when you completely understand this, it makes life much easier. Um, and the way to do this is by going into meditation, finding ways to quiet yourself. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching.